type of structure that we will study in the next. Okay, now we come to the different metallic structures that is which are most prevalent in metallic materials. Of course, we have other types of structures, but these three structures that are shown in your slide with hard sphere model and reduced sphere model in figures A and B, and for one figure that is at the top, it's just reduced sphere model, that is a little complex structure in comparison to other. We are just showing it in the form of reduced sphere model. Now we will study what are these different structures. These are three most important metallic crystal structures. Bonding in these materials is metallic and non-directional that we have already studied in our earlier classes. There are large number of atoms in a structural unit, resulting in dense atomic packing for these metallic structures. As we already know that in metals, the atoms are very near each other. They have huge quantity of atoms in a small space, cubic in volume. So they are bonded to each other. So they result in dense structures. It means they are very close to each other. That's what we have learned for solid materials. For most common metals, three simple crystal structures found are face-centered cubic, that is shown on very left on this slide, with hard sphere model and reduced sphere model in figure A and B respectively, that is in green color. That is called face-centered cubic. Then we have body-centered cubic, that is shown in blue on the right of your slide, down right side down corner of your slide in blue color, that is called body-centered cubic. Here you can see that one atom is inside the body and all other atoms or parts thereof are located or bonded along each side of it. That is abruptly called body-centered cubic. On the left side in the green, you can see in the hot sphere model and also in the reduced sphere model that each atom is present in the face of the unit cell. That is why it is called face-centered cubic. If we see at the figure A in the yellow on the top right corner of your slide, that is called hexagonal closed bag structure. In the next slide, we will study these structures one by one and learn about their atomic arrangement and resulting characteristics. There are other crystalline atomic structures that is present and which are given on the reading material, but we will emphasize these three structures and we will learn in detail about these one by one. For the rest of the structures, you can find information given on the reading material and also on the in the book, textbooks, and other reference books. Okay, now the first structure, crystalline structure that we will study is called face-centered cubic. As the name suggests, you can see this face-centered cubic structure is shown in figure 3.1 that is taken from your textbook. A hard sphere unit cell representation on the left side of your slide in green that shows one atom in the center of the face. If you take the front face just opposite to you, facing you, you can see that in the center there is an atom, and on each corner of this atom and from the back side, other atoms are tagged with this. This is then called face center cubic. In B, figure 3.1b is shown the reduced sphere model, and in C there is an aggregate of atoms that are different. These different unit cells combine together and give us a structure of material that has face-centered cubic crystal structure or unit cell. In this FCC crystal structure, this structure consists of a unit cell of cubic geometry with atoms located at each of the corners and center of all cube faces. As we can see in figure 3.18, spheres are iron core touch one another across a face diagonal. If you take a diagonal on this face, you can see that these atoms are touching each other along the diagonal. If we take this cube edge length as A and the atomic radius as R, you can find the relation between this edge length and atomic radius that actually results in relation, that is A is equal to 2R to under root. This is very simple to calculate. If you take atomic radius as R, it means if you see in this figure A, the one atom is complete, so its you will take its diameter as 2R, and then one at top and one at bottom. If four half faces come together to give you total diagonal length of 4R, and then edge length is A, and this is cubic arrangement. It's a cube, so each edge length is equivalent. If you take edge length as A and radius as R, then you can find the relation between edge length and the atomic radius by using the famous Pythagoras theorem, that is one side square plus other side square is equivalent to this diagonal square. And then you can find the value of A or the edge length. I hope you can calculate this relation by yourself. Okay, we go on to the next, and here we have body-centered cubic. Just like in the previous figure, you can easily recognize that here one atom, and actually the whole of it, the complete one atom, is inside the body of the unit cell, and that's why it is called body-centered cubic. In this figure 3.2, on the left side, in, as shown in figure 3.2a, a hard sphere unit cell representation shows you how atoms are arranged in this body-centered cubic, in which one atom is completely inside the unit cell. Reduced sphere model show this more prominently, when you can see that one atom is completely inside and other atom just surrounded. Do not confuse please, and do not get misled by this reduced sphere model where atoms in the corners are shown far apart from the central atoms. This is just for our ease to understand and learn how these atoms are arranged inside the material. Actually, they are close to each other, just like we have shown in figure A of three, part A of figure 3.2. Okay, and figure C 3.2 C part shows you the aggregate of many atoms. How this material is arranged when it has body-centered cubic crystal structure. As far as we have seen and we have talked, for a BCC unit cell, an atom is located at all 8 corners, and one complete atom is at cube center within the sphere, a unit cell. Again, center and corner atoms touch one another along cube diagonals, and unit cell axis A and atomic radius R are related through a relation that is A equal to 4R over 3 under root. This relation could be obtained taking cube edge length A and atomic radius R as we have taken it earlier. So please just read from the reading material and find this relation for yourself. And this is just another cubic cell geometry. There is another, you can see in the right side of your slide, another cubic cell geometry that is called simple cubic. It means it is again a cubic structure, cubic unit cell, but here you have atoms only placed at the corners. You see the hard sphere and reduced sphere model in figure 3.3 A and B respectively. You can see that atoms are arranged only at the corners, and this is called simple cubic. There is no face or center atom. These are just corner atoms. This is very simple atomic structure with very low atomic packing factor. Of course, when atoms are just at the corners, there is less number of total atoms present in the structure, and this has very low packing factor, atomic packing factor. What is this atomic packing factor? We will be studying inshallah in the next class. Actually, no metallic element have this crystal structure present for them, but this is very basic crystal structure that we will know may exist, and that is called simple cubic crystal structure. Okay, moving on to next, the third type that we talked about is hexagonal cross pack structure. For this hexagonal cross pack structure in figure 3.4a, the left side you can see reduced sphere unit cell model where A and C represent the short and long edge lengths respectively, and an aggregate of many atoms are hexagonal cross pack crystalline material. A unit cell in this HCP or hexagonal cross pack is also specified by parallel pipe defined by atoms labeled A through H. If you see the atoms labeled in this figure, figure A 3.4a, we have labeled the atom, and this is also depiction for hexagonal close pack unit cells. In this hexagonal close pack, we have top and bottom faces of unit cell that consist of 6 atoms. And one single atom in the center. So this is actually a regular hexagon, and each corner has an atom, and then there is an atom present in the center of this hexagon in the top and the bottom side, and then another plane of atoms, that is 3 atoms, that lies in between this top and bottom planes, and this constitutes a hexagonal unit cell or hexagonal close pack crystal structure. Of course, in the next lecture, we will be calculating how many atoms, a total number of atoms are present in each crystal structure. This is just to show you three basic types of crystalline unit cells and their structures. In next class, we will be learning about the coordination number, atomic packing factor, density computations, polymorphism, and allotropy for crystalline series. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.